Hi Aries, how's everybody doing? Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. There's a decision that you need to make. Don't feel good about having to make this decision. Seems like something difficult to do. You also know you've been putting it off. You also don't feel good about knowing that you've been putting it off. Yeah, it's like it's something that you had avoided, but then it's like you feel badly that you avoided doing it or that you've been avoiding doing it. Eventually you're going to have to make a decision. So this won't go on forever. It's okay, Aries. Sometimes we're not in a place mentally to make a decision yet. So what's the hold up with it though? Why the resistance to making a decision? Okay, I'm getting a couple different things. Let's wait and see. I want to see if this comes back through the reading. Impulse control. Wow, yeah, impulse control. So the question is it just about impulse control, or is your intuition telling you that there's a reason why you need to control yourself with this particular situation? Is the question. For some of you, you may like have someone that you've been talking to or someone that you're looking forward to seeing. This does not have to be centered around another human being, although it can be. You're a human being, that's funny. So it seems like you're being very, very deliberate, and this can be in a general sense in your life, like really trying to restrain yourself from making impulsive choices. I'm seeing like it can be definitely tied to your sacral energy. However, I think that this is also going on in other areas of your life too, to start out with it, but maybe something like interpersonally is happening specifically right now. So if you acted impulsively, you may feel disappointed about this decision. But if you haven't, yeah, it seems like this is a bit of a warning. Like you're not going to feel good about jumping on whatever this is right now impulsively. You're going to be glad that you waited. I'm hearing that. For emotional reasons, I feel a little bit like, I don't know, you may need to emotionally protect yourself from something that like maybe you physically want to do. Or maybe for some of you, you already made the decision to do this and it's like you may be regretting it a bit. But this is about being like, okay, so you did it and what now? You can't change it. So it was something that you learned from, you know? I don't know. It seems like you're being really hard on yourself. Yeah, maybe you feel like something. For some of you, you're like holding yourself to a certain standard, and it's like you had even a lapse of judgment, even, or like for whatever reason, you ended up doing something, and you're like, I don't know why this highlight of you being so critical on yourself is coming up, but this is definitely for sure coming up. Like Spirit's saying, like, get it together here, and maybe you feel like something went against like your moral truth or something like that. It's like this high place that you're trying to be in even, and like maybe something you've been building towards, or this can be like, yeah, your code or something like that you're trying to live by, and it's like what you did impulsively didn't align with that, and now you're feeling like guilty even like morally for something. But yeah, this is all your perspective though. Like this isn't just like the truth of this situation, and that's something to remind yourself of as well. It's like, where's the self-forgiveness? Because I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing a lot of emotion and energy being put into like what already happened, and you can't do anything about it. Like, meaning you can't change it. Maybe you feel weary because you have to have a conversation with someone now about this. I'm seeing you not want to have this conversation. You're being guided to reflect and figure out like why this is weighing on you so heavily right now. Like it's almost like it's something that you keep looking at and you know that it's bringing you down, but for some reason it just seems like I'm seeing something right now. It's like you're looking at something and you know that it doesn't bring you happiness to look at. Like it's something that just continues like making you feel more sad, and like your energy is kind of getting drained, like funneling your energy into this unpleasant thing, but you won't look away from it. But it's like you also don't really feel like you have the energy to look away from it. Maybe it's one of those times too where you're like kind of having a bit of a low right now. Because you know, when you get like super excited, I don't know if this is just an Aries thing or like this happens with like the other archetypes of energy, but I know for me, I can get like super excited and motivated, and like you feel such a flood of energy and like a rush, and you feel like you're really on a high with something. And then like sometimes the counterbalance of that is like feeling really low and feeling like you're lacking energy and just feeling unmotivated, feeling sad, feeling like kind of empty, or like things are gray. It's like you don't feel that spark of motivation. It's like, yeah, just something like that that's going on right now. It seems like really, really low energy that's happening, and it seems like it was triggered based off of like a situation that happened and how you were feeling towards yourself because of that. You're being guided to pull yourself out of like switch out the lens right now, because I'm seeing you like looking at everything from like a very, very emotional lens, and you're being guided to switch it out to an air energy lens. So this is you like doing critical thinking, analysis, things like that. It's like maybe your heart is too involved in whatever this is in a way where like something is out of balance, meaning ungrounded. So you're being guided to look at this from like a rational point of view and to ground from that way. Just a perspective shift. And to really think about this and like also do this on your own with the Hermit here. It's like this is for you to personally reflect on. I'm not seeing like other people necessarily need to be involved in this unless you want to involve other people. It seems like something that you want to privately take care of. I think that you're going to find the most emotional resolve doing it in that way. That's what it looks like to me. To have the Hermit leading into the King of Cups, after starting out with the Five of Cups here, it's like you need to think about this on your own. You don't need to talk to other people about it, like unless that's part of your support system and you want to. But it seems like you're going to process this more effectively and get to a grounded place if you deal with this independently. And maybe this is also you like really working through something without a crutch, like another person or something like that. again, if that's what you need, then by all means. But yeah, I'm seeing like you're being guided to do this on your own because you're strong enough to be able to do that, and like you have this skill set also. It's just like a matter of like what you will to happen, and like if you also believe that. Because I think that you have a lot more mastery emotionally than you're giving yourself credit for. It just like to see the King of Cups here in the way that he's showing up. We're just picking pronouns here. It seems like you've been through a lot emotionally, and that like you've done a lot of work, and there's been a big evolution to how you take care of things on an emotional front. Like a lot of coping skills that you've gained, like maybe for some of you, like skills that you've gained from like therapy or from certain experiences you've had. But it's like something that you may not be giving yourself credit for right now. I'm seeing. Like it seems like you have above average or above normal information on like a human psyche emotional process. And that like you can resolve this on your own. The Ten of Swords wanting to pop out. Maybe you're going to be ending a connection, ending a relationship, and you're being guided to like keep your head above water while you're doing this, to do it from a grounded space after you've thought about it. It seems like this is what you want to do, like in alignment with what's going to bring you like more of a sense of self-confidence. It seems like this is what's going to be happening. But wait until you're ready. Are you waiting for the right opportunity to do this? You're gonna get it. I'm seeing it come through. Like this is being divinely orchestrated. Very interesting. Like whether or not you know it, I'm seeing that you're working very closely with spirit and your guides through this process. Like it may seem like more trivial or like not as significant to you, but I am seeing that this is something significant that you're going through right now, Aries. But you may not be seeing that because you're in the midst of this right now. But when you look back at it, it seems like this is going to be something bigger for you, that you're going to realize that like you worked through. I'm looking at Taurus and Virgo here. Cancer. Libra on the bottom of the deck. For some of you too, this is about like calling somebody else's behavior out. And I mean, I always see this as being reflective, so it's like you could have done something impulsively, and so like you're in the process of holding yourself accountable, and it's like you also saw this reflected in a relationship too. So it's like you want to have a conversation with someone now about this, and maybe about like why things happened in the way that they did, and that you're not going to participate in this anymore. Because it seems like somebody too, like I'm seeing kind of a different narrative unfolding now, and maybe a similar narrative, but it's like another, I'm hearing fractal. It's like another facet within this thing that's very multifaceted, this situation. I'm seeing someone that's approaching you in a way where it's like they're persuasive, they're attractive, it's fun to hang out with them. Definitely something that like riles you up when it comes to the sacral energy, for sure. Like something that you feel like really really pulled by, which can feel very exciting and very stimulating. And so there needs to be a conversation that you have with this person. But you're being guided to be the King of Swords with him, which means like you're about to get straight to the point with this person about whatever this is that's going on. And I'm seeing that as soon as you step into this place in like in the archetype of this air energy and have this straightforward conversation with this person, you're going to be successful. And it seems like you're also being guided prior to having a conversation with this person and delving into this to figure out why you feel disappointed and to really analyze that before you bring this conversation into the mutual space with this person. So, like, figure out your reasons for, like, why you're feeling anything unpleasant right now about this. Because it seems like you want to come through with facts when you talk to this person. Because they can be someone that may easily persuade you, or you feel like you have a hard time when you're trying to get a point across. It's like they may even distract you in some type of way. Like, I am definitely getting, with the Knight of Wands, it can be a very, very appealing energy that we feel very attracted to. And it's something that almost, like, surpasses the rational brain, too, because it's like a physical reaction you may be having to this person. But yeah, it seems like for your own peace of mind, there needs to be some sort of thing happening where this person is being addressed. And it's going to help you, like, lift the weight of this off of your shoulders. Like, you're going to be able to move on after this situation. But yeah, some conversation needs to be had. Like, I'm seeing that that's going to give you the closure that you need from this. Once you address this person, it's going to give you something that you need. And to not do it until you're being guided not to do this until you've thoroughly thought about what about this didn't feel good to you and why that's looming over you, and also wait until you feel grounded. So you're not in a reactive space. Like, you're able to do this in a level-headed way and to wait until you get there and allow yourself the time you need. And as I said before, it seems like as soon as you get there, like, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as soon as you get to that place where you're ready to do this, it seems like Spirit's going to give you the opportunity to, like, address this and have the conversation with this person. So I'm seeing for sure divine timing at play, and it's all, like, complementing and working around how you are, like, emotionally processing this whole thing. And, like, the pace that you're going at. So I'm, like, really seeing the universe support this. Yeah, it's like it looks like at the end of everything, you're gonna walk away in a place where you feel like there's a sense of harmony that was not there before. It looks too like you're in a place where it's like if something is not in a place where things feel equal, especially when it comes to your interpersonal relationships, there's a sense of, like, after going through this situation, I'm seeing that it definitely is teaching you something so important about what you want and also what you don't want and what you may impulsively feel attracted to, and recognizing whether that's something like that is instant gratification and not a long-term thing versus what a long-term thing is going to look like for you. Because it seems like with the Knight of Wands energy, this may be some type of familiar pattern that you are used to, that, like, now you are finally completing some sort of lesson, and, like, it feels like the last lesson that you have to go through before things get, like, very serious, either with a partner or you're going to be entering into a new relationship. It looks like something really big is coming for you, and it looks like this is, like, a very long-term relationship, or you are, like, making something very official here even. To have the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands, this can mean you're going to be, after this situation, you're going to be entering into a long-term soul contract with someone. This can also be, like, an actual contract with someone. Like, this can be some, like, religious or governmental affiliation, like, meaning you could be getting married or something like that. Something with a contract, again, where you'd be, like, signing. But yeah, it can also be a soul contract too. The opportunity to do that. I'm seeing that, like, be presented to you after you go through this. And this is something where you do find the reciprocity that you've been looking for. And maybe too, this situation that you went through, you may have been like, I would have rather not gone through this, but maybe this helped you get something completely out of your system as well. So you can like happily move into this new place for yourself. Like, I'm seeing it leave a big enough impact on you that it seems like you're going to be able to successfully transition into like a different type of energy that you've evolved into. So you can like completely close the chapter on something. Like, I'm seeing something be completely done now. And now you're ready to move forward into something that like there is a type of commitment now that you're making with another person. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm looking at Gemini on the bottom of the deck, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.